Hello, everyone. I'm Dr. Jesse Jackson III, best-selling author and facilitator of the Don't Kick 'Em Out book and training series. In this brief video, I want to show you what are the consequences of having cancerous staff people, the adults, the cancerous personalities that we see in many of our staffs, where there are people that are exuding high levels of negativity, always in conflict with management. And what type of effect does that have on a building culture and behavior issues? So the thing is that we are seeing is that a negative personality or a cancerous person is more apt to be at more conflict with the children. So let's take a look at some things here, because I think this is something that we have never looked at in the research. The research would never pull this up. It would just kind of put it, give it code words about be nice, be caring. But no, there's some flat out cancerous personalities. So I've been seeing some schools that have specific barriers, and the barrier is not the children, it's the barrier is a cancerous personality adult. Let's see how this stuff looks. So these are 7 statements or signs of a cancerous educator. So 1, now we can't save all the kids. Now we're automatically have given up on the children. So now there's negativity in the approach. The kids get on my nerves. I mean, we would have to know in our business that the kids are going to come with a problem. Why would you be vocalizing that and put, making that vocal or verbalizing it to other colleagues and putting that energy in the space? It's not helping the situation. There's personal criticism of the kid, of administration, and of your colleagues. Cancer 101, personal criticism. So you telling me you have gotten that negative, that frustrated, that now you're poking holes in a child? You're always mad at your administrator? And you have fault and find fault in your colleagues? People are doing it every day, and it's making the job harder. This is why I'm bringing it to us. This is a huge part of discipline and managing behavior. The personality of that adult and how they go about it. So when you criticize people, you create worse problems. Consistent conflict with kids and parents. So every day you got something going on, hoping that the disruptive kid don't come to school. Guys, if that disruptive kid stops coming to school, why do they need us? Talk to bad kids. These kids are bad. We need to put them all out. How are we going to eat then? How we keep the lights on? How we pay the bills? Because if we don't have those bad kids in the seat, how are we going to eat? How we pay the bills? We're not thinking. We're just poison. 6, bad mouthing your principal. This is what I always call loyalty 101. Anyone who would bad mouth the principal, particularly to me as an outsider, that's just a red flag about your character. You have an integrity problem. People do it every single day. I would know I am traveling, I am moving, and the things people say about their superintendent, about their principal to a visitor is like, it will blow you away. Blow you away. And then the 7th one is feeling dissatisfied with anything the district does. So any policy they push forward, you have a problem with it. Doesn't matter. We're going to non-suspension. Many districts are going to no suspension, meaning find a way to deal with the kid. Go through your progressions of this and that. And doesn't matter what they do, you're going to have a problem with it. Now, I'm not pro non-suspension. What I'm saying is let's learn there's some behaviors we can't work with. There's ones we can. And so I am for differentiating that so we know what we're doing and what we're dealing with. But it doesn't matter with this person. This person's going to be disgruntled anyway. Just no matter what it is, they have a problem. Cancerous personalities. You can't work with people like that. You're not a part of the solution. You wouldn't bring a solution to the table if we paid you. All you want to do is be heard for negativity. So here's the facts. So here's 5 ways that I know you met strategies and particular approaches you have to do with dealing with a cancerous employee. So number 1 is do not let them poison the environment. That means if you have identified that personality, don't say that's just this person being themselves. No, it has to be stopped, because I am telling you what I know. It has the ability to ruin our team chemistry and to create more behavior issues with our students and conflict with our parents. It's no way around that. So you have to stop them. You have to identify them. You can hear them. You can see their energy. You can see that employee that's attempting to create negativity among the peers. And I've seen it, man. It's like I got like 11 employees in my head from different locations around the world that I know they're that person that stirs that poison pot and always keep the people mad at the principal and always keep the people disgruntled. And when you spot them out, they need to come in for a one-on-one. So I listen. Number 2, don't listen to the poison person. And what am I saying? Some people don't listen to the poison. So you got to remember, if you're listening to the negativity or the negative person, you are as guilty as the negative person. We got a lot of people that just are dumping ground and they'll sit there and listen and kind of agree. Yeah, you're right. I do know that. Yeah, I do see. You're as guilty as the poison. What are you doing? That's not professional. It's unethical. You better get that under control. Number 3, mandatory confrontation. So that's exactly what the principal did. Listen, you got to say, hey, what are you doing? Hey, you can't do that. You can't be poison. You can't talk crazy about our student population. People do it every day. I have heard some of the most craziest things in my life. So you take one situation. I'm in the school and the principal, and I noticed, though I don't agree with this. I don't agree with the principal who's my colleague, but I'm going to ride with her. And anytime when I'm going or saying something to my friend, it's 1-to-1. She's the principal's boss, right? But this particular time in this district, this is how they do things. And so their mandate was if kid is not coming to school, the teacher has to go to the house. And this one teacher was very adamant, said, I'm not going over their house. I'm not going to that neighborhood with them dirty kids. That was a quote, man. And I'm just like, oh my God. Like, okay. Do I know you have a complex about, dirt and filth? I got no problem with that. But you're not thinking, man. You know where we work. You know what we doing. Sometimes that poison or that where your disposition is not helping you in your job. So you got to confront people like that. Confrontation is not negative. Conflict is negative. Confrontation is positive. It's an attempt to preserve our relationship. So confrontation says, I'll stop you when I know you're wrong. I have to stop you if I care about you. Any healthy relationship has a lot of confrontation. That means, hey, listen, hey, this is how you're making me feel. Hey, that's wrong. What you just said about that. And is that her peers confronted her and told her, like, where do you think we work? And so sometimes people have to check themselves, and it's up to us to check into them. Number 4, stop giving these weak evaluations. So one of the things that people should be always graded on is their production, but also their team chemistry. We can't keep grading Cancerous employees as excellent. You got to write something as a benefit to people who have good working personalities. We call it the likability factor. People that are likable and easy to work with. There's 3 principles here. 1, you got to always be productive. So that means you need to give me some production. Okay. You need to be a good teammate. And one part is really being likable, because that helps you in your relationship and dialogue with the kids. I didn't say be a punk or trying to befriend children. I said be likable. That means your personality is one that even if you're a tough teacher or a hard person, you're easy to be around. There's so many people with poisonous personalities that people don't like to be around, but we've been overlooking that for decades in our business and just like, oh, that's just how she is or that's how he is. And notice what I'm telling you and bringing to the group is that it creates dissension in the ranks. It creates conflict. And there's that word, conflict. It creates negativity and it creates clashes with the children. And you always find that is the teacher that is consistently fighting with the children. And now there's an ongoing behavior issue. Something to think about. So don't evaluate them as positive when you see that this is an area they must improve. Don't keep doing that, because 1, it's unfair to the person. If these type of people understood that was unacceptable, they would stop doing it. But the facts is that that's actually a bully. That negative person, that cancerous person, is a bully. That's what a bully is. So a bully keeps going until you stop them. Facts. Number 5 and final. Move quickly. When you see it's not going to work, when you see that this person is their personality and the way the stuff they're putting out is not going to work, you know it's not going to work. Why are you continuing to let it go on? And that's a leadership principle. Why are you continuing to let that happen? The person has to have the warning. The person has to have the training. So the purpose of doing specific type of trainings are to get to the root and core of issues. And that is what has made Don't Kick Them Out what it is, and approved and stamped by teachers all over the country, because they're getting personal help. They're not getting theory. They're not getting researched stuff from another part of the world that we're trying to apply to what we're doing. Every building has its own culture, and to try to make it the one-size-fits-all approach to training teachers is flawed. Every building gets a specific training. If you followed me 25 days in a row, you hear 25 different presentations, all based on who's in front of me that day. That is what teaching is. That's when you know you're going to a mastery level, when you can adjust and make the adjustments to what the group, my class in front of me needs, and I can meet their need where they are. This is what this process has to continue to be. And this is why I'm going to keep delivering the absolute best, irrefutable content in the nation. Going to keep giving people the best high quality training experiences that you can possibly have. Guys, if you know this is the type of stuff that your staff needs, this is the way you have to go about it. All the information is below. You see open dates. Always take advantage. I'm looking forward to working with you soon. See you next.